Mono Red Aggro. That is the name of the game here today, also known as Red Deck Wins. We wanted to circle back on this one here for the new March of the Machines, the Aftermath, see if there's some new differences. We do have some history with this one, so we will certainly walk through that here today. Now, we'll also find down below in the timestamps the strategy objective of this list. We'll go play that competitive Magic and pull it all back together in our outtake retrospective, as we always do. If you happen to have a question or comment throughout today's episode, let me know. I love to hear from you. And on top of that, feel free to swing by the Discord server. All right, let's hop into or dive into our mono red aggro here, or sprint list. That is a 60% plus win rate. This one hails to us from Untapped. It is very powerful nonetheless and has been very solid for some time, which is very, very important. Now, as an archetype, this thing runs roughly around 55% to 60. This list here is 60%. Now, the one that we've ran before about a month ago is a little bit different. We've included Shiv and Devastator here. Additionally, we've got more lands. In terms of some of the swaps, we've dropped out of Strangle and changed a couple other things. Now, what I did want to do is talk about a little bit of the history of this. Now, what you see here is everything up into pretty much Brothers War. There is no new stuff that has been included. So I did want to talk and do something a little bit different. I wanted to talk, yeah, that's right. A little bit different in some inclusions. As you can see, we don't have anything from All Will Be One. We don't have anything from the newer March of the Machines or the Aftermath. And so I wanted to give you some considerations of some potentials that you could absolutely try and swap in. Bloodfeather Phoenix could work really well in this because of the fact that if it does die, you may pay one and then you can return it to the battlefield, and it's going to gain haste until end of turn, particularly when you deal damage here. So those are a couple things that you could consider swapping out. And in, you could maybe swap it for Strangle as an example. That might give you a different advantage in terms of going over the top on some of your opponents, where we may run into problems against some of the lists that we may run into. So that could be an option for you. Additionally here, Invasion of Tarkir is very powerful. This thing, you can drop it. It's going to deal 2 damage to any target. So really, it's like a pay to burn. Now, if you do happen to get it to that 5 damage on it there, you got Flying Trample, and whenever a dragon you control attacks, deals 2 damage to any target again. So these are 2 very powerful inclusions that you may be able to make into this list and try out. I will actually, because we're talking about that, we'll flip our Bloodfeather Phoenix in and go a little bit higher on our curve today, just to show how this thing plays out as an example. And instead, we'll drop 1 Bloodthirsty Adversary here and add 1 more, just to show you. Now, with that, it gives you a good idea of some other options. Again, we got the slash here that you could use now that we're not really running into toxic decks or seeing those as much. You may not see those. Something else that you could consider is Kenra. It's not super fast, but the trample prowess here and the double prowess could be a huge difference as well in this particular list. As an option, we have played Invasion of Regatha in the older versions of some of these things. This runs more in the mono red burn. Additionally, something else that you consider is Nahiri's Warcrafting, again, to take something off the board, go find something kind of a thing as an example. And then this one at the top end could also be very good, even though it is an uncommon as an example as well. So wanted to kind of give you some ideas. Into the Fire could be an option too. Into the Fire deals 2 damage to each creature, planeswalker in battle. Put a number of cards from your hand on the bottom of your library, then draw that many cards +1. So lots of kind of interesting things that you could consider in your red deck wins. So now that I switched it out, we're going to pop that one in there and do something, like I said, a little bit different today. So let's go ahead and go play that competitive Magic. But before we do, again, red deck wins is really about playing on curve, doing a 1-2 punch. Again, we're giving up some removal on the lane to go over the top instead, in terms of what we're playing here today. So keep that in mind in terms of a little bit of a shift of this particular list. And then again, you just want to keep playing and keep pounding in and pounding home and close out your opponent. So that is a aggro at its finest. Just keep moving, keep dealing damage, and close it out as fast as possible. So let's go ahead and play our competitive Magic here today. Wanted to switch it out, like I said, in particular for March of the Machine. And we'll go have some fun with our list here today. All right. Again, I think that's kind of nifty that you can deal the damage, crack it, and pull it back in for one if it's in your graveyard. The other advantage is you can hold it up as a blocker, as an example, and then do that, and then swing in for more. This could potentially be a little slow for us. We'll keep it, though, either way, because we can do this into this. Now, this could be a problem for us. It could be a mono blue temple list. We'll find out. It is not. It could be Esper Legends. Ooh, domain list. All right. We have a domain list, my friend. So too bad on this. Let us absolutely get this one on for now. So that is too bad that we didn't get another land. If we can curve out, we might be okay. Probably a plains. There it is. All right. Unfortunately, again, missing our land drop is going to hurt us, and then continuing to gain this life back is super problematic. Ooh, now they pretty much have everything that they need to from a domain perspective. And once again, we are hurting here by not hitting on our lands. And this only costs 2, which is not going to help us. Now, they will have enough to play Herd Migration here. And enough to play a ton of stuff. That's a really pretty land setup, by the way. Ooh, we got through! Yes! 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 Ooh! Ooh! That, my friends, we did it. We did it. That life gain was a absolute problem for this list. Problem. Whew. We got through. Let us see what we can do here now. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, same setup. Now we can play our flyer there though. So there's our Phoenix. Ooh. We're gonna take it off. Ooh, they missed. That is good for us. Now they got their flyer in. We will now have ours. No blocks. Ah. Said I could block earlier. The problem. They're still off on land drops, which means Bloodfeather Phoenix is good, at least for the moment. Now the question will be their confusion. Now that stays on the board. So here's how we do this one. And we can decide if we want to hit this or not. We'll wait. We have enough to go kill here on lethal. Our opponent being on one land has certainly given us a very, very nice thing here. So we'll hit there. And we can drop a land if we want to. We actually don't need it because we have lethal. No reason to pull Mythras Foundry up. Hurt ourselves. They can get the Kamano. And that will begin. Phoenix for the game changer. They couldn't get it off the board. Beautiful. Reality was they got mana screwed. I am so sorry. So sorry. Maybe it's a good thing we're running extra lands. All right, mono red aggro with our Phoenix. That was worth it right there. Ooh, we're going first. We'll keep it. We will keep it because we got Squee. Ooh. Interesting. We'll wait. Hit it. We'll see if they got something here though. Well, there's their vehicle. Here we are. Take it off. We could bait him with Squee here as well and pull Squee back later. They're probably going to block with our mechanic though. That is a huge problem for us. Now here's where the wipe would be really nice. We need to figure out what we're gonna do though here. That hurts us. Now we could switch and start going to the face. Go +3. There we go. Problem is, if they have some control, they can hit our Shivan Devastator here. Now, the good news is, we actually have lethal if they don't gain life. There, they got it. Now they survive with another one. Swing in with the team. See what they do here. That will be 6, 9, not quite enough. What do they return here, though? We'll have to kill this thing, and turn on this. Grab the squee, which is fine. Now they can only crew 2. There, they had it. They finally had it. That's gonna hurt us now. This one helps though. So we could go grab everything here. They're probably not gonna block on that one. We'll find out. We'll wait. Mono white. Gaining too much life here. Good news is, again, they can only crew one thing. So they have to have something to take me off here. Painful. Painful. They had everything that they needed. Ow. Now. Every answer. Oh, brutal. Now they got their life gain back. They'll get the hearse in. That's a good game. That is good game. We should play it out in case they disconnect, but it was not going to happen. That last swing in, the blowout swing in, just no good for us. All right, let's go back here to our deck. So really happy with the play and the swap that we made there. Obviously, you need a lot more at-bats to really solidify, but again, on average, mono red deck wins, runs around 55% as an archetype right now. Made a couple changes. It worked out for us here today. Did go 2 out of 3, which is really nice for best of 1. Again, maintaining that 60% win rate. In general, we never saw Thundering Raiju. We did have it in our hand though at one point, but we did get pretty much everything else out. We didn't see Monastery Swift Spear either. Again, a lot of nice things in this deck. Very straightforward, very consistent nonetheless. So we took down the domain list. We were able to take out another red deck wins list because they just got screwed on mana. And then couldn't quite get there with our mono white friend there that had the life gain, all that fun jazz. So thank you for tuning in. As always, questions, comments, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Feel free to swing by the Discord server. And as always, a huge thank you. Appreciate your support. Thank you for the likes and the subs as we continue to grow this amazing community. Lots of great ways to stay connected here on the channel. We got a ton more Magic the Gathering content headed your way. All things March of the Machine right now, the Aftermath, and additionally, we got a ton of stuff here on the channel you can check out. With that, stay tuned. We'll see you again soon. Until next time, Mythras out of here.